Hey up everybody, how the devil are we all doing? It's the nibbled grapefruit. Yeah, that'll do. And today we're taking a look at another top 5 camp locations. As ever, if you like the video after watching, you know what to do. Hit that like button. And if you really want to help a guy out and you're feeling extra spicy, please hit that subscribe button too. Anyway, let's stop knobbing around and take a look at these spots. So for our first spot, we're just near the pumpkin house and we've got ourselves a little backwoods bungalow. Not the silver variety, the green variety. Simply lovely. Now, there's not really too much I can say about this spot. I mean, it's a caravan bungalow, kind of whatever the bloody hell thing it is. You know, it's quite self-explanatory. But it is very easy to put down items on the inside of it. A lot of pre-existing structures, you need to use mats. But this one, everything seems to go down, no problems whatsoever. Which is a bonus. Sorry about that, not quite sure what happened there, I just lost it for a second, but that's okay, let's continue. If you did unlock the Backwoods Bungalow, do you know that little green one we got on the scoreboard, I think it was, then you could build yourself a nice little campsite here. It's pretty much set out for you. I can't remember the build limit on the bungalows, but yeah, it goes without saying you're going to be able to put at least one more down, don't it? It kind of makes sense. I will say though, before you put down your camp here, if you're adverse to fighting, you know, you're a pacifist or something, there is enemies around here, and quite a lot of them. You've got a fissure site just across the way from you, which is always a barrel of fun. And I've had super mutants spawn in here as well, which again, are an absolute blast to deal with. You know, they come in firing at you with assault rifles and miniguns. It just keeps you on your toes. Next up, we're just across from the Rollins Labour Camp, and this is Limp Bizkit's favourite spot, let me tell you. Now, do be warned, we are in the ash heap, so when you breathe in and breathe out, you've really got to be careful, because you can give yourself lung damage. And if you ever do see some of the blood eagles that spawn here, it's best just to put your hands up, then put them down, and ask them what they're going to do now. I'm so sorry, I'll stop with the pathetic dad joke. Now, this location is actually massive. You've got a number of different structures you can build in here. We've got this little Signal Boy 3000 with a water tank at side of it. I don't know the technical term of what it is. I don't work on the bloody railway. We've also got this gap defeater 300 here, also known as a bridge. You can get your camp radius to go around that as well, which is very nice. And you've also got all these little train carriages you can build in and around as well. Very nice. Honestly, a really cool spot this. If you ignore all the enemies, which do spawn here, as I mentioned before, then job's a good one. Number 3. Yes, we're in the cranberry bog. I know, it's a bit risky, but do I care? Yes would be the honest answer, but we're going to pretend it's no and crack on anyway. Now, as you just saw on the map, we're just down from the sunrise fields, and there's some little buildings here that you can build in. These are not the best at all, let me tell you now. There is better locations on the map. However, I very rarely show spots in the cranberry bog, and it's about time I mix it up a little bit. So, what are the positives of this beautiful location? Well, you've got these 2 little shacks you can build in, if you could even call them that. Although one of them, I'm guessing you'll be pissing in the wind trying to place anything down in because it's just so bloody small, and that is exactly what she said before you get in there in the comments, you buggers. The second building, yep, you can build in it, but you are probably going to have to use mats to place down items, so don't say I didn't warn you. What are the other positives? Well, we have a wood pile at the back, which is always nice. You know, wood is really difficult to get hold of. Nope, no it isn't. One actual positive we do have though, there's brain fungus lying around, and as we all know, that is very good for your intelligence. I wish it were a real thing because Jesus Christ, I could do with some of that myself. So now we move on to the not so good points, you know, because I put forward so many good points, that's a lie. And the first blaringly obvious problem with this place is the location itself. The cranberry bog. I hate this place. If you like it, fantastic. If you like me and you don't, well, you made the right decision and just totally ignore this camp location altogether. The second most annoying thing about this spot is the type of enemies that spawn here. I've had mole rats and I've had ghouls. Next up, we're at the top of the world, and we have got ourselves a nice little raider windmill. Very nice indeed. Now, the key word here is raider, right? It's a raider windmill. So if you're not allied with the raiders, raiders do spawn here, and they will shoot at you. So be prepared to have a little scrap. Other than that, it's a pretty sweet location. I can't fault it. You can't really build inside the windmill. It is very small and enclosed in there, but it would look pretty epic as the centerpiece of a farm build. The windmills show up on farms? I don't know. You never see them in Britain, and if you hadn't guessed, I am indeed British. I will say, however, this is quite a well-known location. I have seen camps here before, and I have seen videos of it on YouTube in the past, so just beware, you may struggle to get your camp down every now and again. For our last location, we're just near Fort Atlas, more specifically near that little dog there. Can you see him there wagging his tail? Isn't he lovely? Now this spot, I've got nothing bad to say about it. I've not even seen an enemy here. Would you believe it? But that doesn't mean there isn't any. Old TNG does have an habit of not mentioning certain things like that, but we'll just gloss over that and carry on. The main feature of this spot is obviously the open-sided cabin shelter thing over there. These aren't unique to this spot though. There is some more over near the Gorge River Bridge. I'll leave a link to a video I did on that spot in the top corner. You'll see it floating if everything works. As well as the shelter, we've got this little campfire area too. It's really simple. There's nothing special about it, but it does give a nice effect to the area. I don't know why, it just looks good. On top of this, there is a little acid deposit a little bit down the road as well. You'll see where I mean when you actually get to the location. I'm not sure if you'll be able to get the shelter and that into a camp radius, but it's there if you need it. Big shout out to Reasonable Madness for showing me this location. I'll leave a link to a channel down in the description. I'm not sure if she's actually uploaded the build she did here, but just have a look anyway. You might as bloody well. And that is it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as I said at the beginning, if you did like it, please hit that like button. And of course, if you want to see more Fallout 76 weekly content presented by this idiot, then please hit that subscribe button too. Anyway, as we say in the north, I shall love you and leave you, and I will catch you in the next one.